Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 20th of February. So, looking for the best pairs to be trading first thing this morning, and it really comes back to the euro and the pound. There's very little to split these currencies at the moment. But the good thing is we've got some good correlation between the pairings. That's the good thing. The not so good thing is quite a few of them already moved. Now, we're taking the euro, for example, here at the moment. The range yesterday in the afternoon was particularly small as the US was on holiday. We've got very little range, and consequently the daily pivots would be quite pinched. Now, we've already seen a sell-off this morning. I did mention yesterday we've had the bearish engulfing candle from Friday. Yesterday, it did pitch down, not very far on the euro. It's selling off a little bit more at the moment. Of course, this all could change this afternoon. We saw it time and time again last week. It pitched up after selling off, but we'll see this time. It's certainly given back most of last week's gains at the moment. For now, in terms of target-wise, it looks like that. Well, it's certainly broken the 4-hourly 50 at the moment, for example, in the euro, and we could be back down to that sort of range where we were finding resistance previously. I've left it on there. It's quite a key area, and certainly back down towards that monthly pivot and possibly the 4-hourly 200. So they're the sort of targets to the downside there at the moment. As you can see, with the daily pivots here on this 60-minute chart, they are pinched, and we're already through the S1. Which makes, when they're so pinched, makes them less useful, although we still do find support off. Maybe the S3 may give some support today, we'll see. But for now, it's really a case of, with the lower highs, lower lows, is looking for retracements to sell into. There's not anything immediate there. If it does start reversing, there's always a possibility. If it does reverse through the 21 moving averages 34, well, perhaps we could see the R1 sort of as yesterday's highs yesterday's highs is just below the R1 there, but the R1, that sort of area, as a target. But for now, it does look weak. Likewise with the pound, very similar. It did sell off a little bit more and hold down a little bit more, although it still bounced yesterday just through the S1. It's again heading down here. We got the 34, which has been handrailed before, so if it comes back down to that, I'd expect that to be broken, more likely to be broken, equivalent to the 4-hourly 200 here. We did pitch through last week that sort of area actually quite well. We'll see anyway, but for now, it's, as I say, it looks weak. It's just come into the 60-minute chart here, and again you see the pivots have pretty tightly pinched, a very small range relatively yesterday. At the moment, I've got a horizontal support area that's sort of sitting here, which times right away back from some levels that we had on previously. So it's sort of just one of those sort of memory points really that's sitting there as much as anything else, but the price is just stalled around that area, almost extremed here on the RSI readings. Again, at the moment it looks like it's a retrace opportunity. It didn't. Whereas the euros run through the daily pivot, the pound hasn't there, so it's an offside. Any chance of any retracements might see it as a target, but at the moment certainly lower lows, lower highs, looking weak. Dollar yen, a bit of a reversal here as well. No difference in terms of what we're seeing. May push back towards the daily 8, even daily 21 at some point here. The way it's moving at the moment, it's quite a solid move. Already through its 34 there. Yep. So again, there's little to. It's just a case of waiting for retracements to give us the opportunity to buy into. This might be early, just round about the pivots this morning. Mainly just to wait, ensure that they hold, and then move with the movements, go in line with trend at the moment. Little else there. Aussie dollar. Aussie was a slow one. It was my favourite yesterday in the morning in terms of what it was looking at, but it just proves why I don't trade it too often. It did what it said on the tin eventually, but It was very, very slow in terms of moving down yesterday. And you can see that it's very consolidated at this moment. Still looks weak though. It hasn't broken yesterday's lows yet. It's a little bit different. So yesterday's this Asian session lows, it has broken yesterday's lows. Beg pardon. I mean, yesterday I was expecting more of a sell-off, and it took until this Asian session this morning to get back to the sort of levels I thought it may get back to. Anyway, it never even got down to the S1. There's very tight range there yesterday. Possibly the same current thing here at the moment. If it starts breaking down, we may have a bigger correction. But from the dailies, it's a bit bittier and maybe just holding up a little bit better than the pound and the euro. And finally, the Canadian dollar, another pairing I've not been too keen on for intraday trading at the moment. It's very, very bitty today as well as pushing up. As I say, most of these are correlated, but ranges are a bit tighter. Seems to be pushing up fairly well there. And you're coming down to 60 minute. It's daily pivot ticked off, and it's up to the R1 already. So again, if you was to be looking for that retracements, maybe the order of the day. So as I said, my preference is to stick with the euro and the pound there. News-wise today, is not a lot of significant data coming out. We've got some German sentiment at 10 o'clock. We may get a bit of volatility around that. We've already seen the minutes from the Australian Monetary Policy meeting, so very little to trade with news-wise. Have a great one. Bye for now.